Hi, everybody. I just wanted to give you a little introduction to this first part of work we're going to do in Auralia. And I'm in the Morris Aural Skills. This is the summer 2023 part 1. If you're in a different semester, it's probably the same. If not, I can tell you, but probably just left it the same. So if it's not the summer 2023, if this is winter of 2,897, just kidding, it'll still be okay. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to look at these entries, and I'm loading it up. And you can see here's the entries. Some of this is just instructional, like this is how to practice with Auralia and musicians. So you go in there and just read those. Now the first one we're going to do, there are 15 entries. Not all, some of these are instructional, but a lot of these are just kind of simple work to get you going with some oral skill work. So we're going to go to interval comparison first of all. So you hear two intervals, interval 1 and interval 2. Now we haven't really talked about intervals, so we're just jumping into this, but an interval is the distance between two notes. So we can listen to this again. You get some replays here, so I'm going to go, let me just click on replay. Well, it seems to me the first interval is larger than the second. So they're saying, was the second interval smaller or larger? I'd say the second interval was smaller. So let's click on that. And that's telling you the exact interval, even though we haven't talked about that, but that's okay. I think you can still hear this. This is a major sixth, and the second interval was a perfect fourth. So let's just keep going with this a minute. Okay, which interval is larger? Well, that's pretty obvious to me that the second interval is larger. And so that's all you're telling. You don't have to know the specific interval on this exercise, even though the program will tell you. You just are learning to tell the difference of which interval is larger or smaller. So we're going to go on actually to the next one. So tempo. Now this one actually will play some recordings of orchestras and bands of different performances, and you're going to make a decision about the tempo. So let's see what this sounds like. Seemed like it got slower. I mean, most of it was the same, but I'm going to say getting slower. And it did do that. Okay, so let's try another one. It definitely got slower. So that one was getting slower. So far, they've all gotten slower. Let's do one more. Seems to be getting slower. Yep, so getting slower. That one definitely getting faster. Okay, so that's how those work. All right, so we're going to go on now to meter recognition. Now in this one, basically what you're going to do is just tell the difference between 2/4 and 3/4 time. We only have 2 time signatures here. So does it feel like it's more in 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? And that's what we're going to see if we can hear. definitely duple, so that would be 2. I don't think it was 3. I think it was 2. It was. All right, let's do one more. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that was. I'm pretty sure that was duple. It was. Let's do one more. That feels like triple to me, so I'm going to guess that. Yep. Okay, there we go. All right, dynamics. So now we're going to make a decision of whether the music is loud or soft. And of course, I mean, if you were hearing something really loud and then it got a little bit softer, that would be softer. So this is a bit of a subjective decision, isn't it? But I think these are so obvious that we'll be able to do it. So let's try to see what this is. Yep, let's see if we can get a softer one. It's getting louder. It's hard to say. I think it's getting louder. I'm going to say that. Yep, it was. They said so. All right, so that's how we do those. Pulse tapping. Now we're going to tap the pulse. This actually gives you the pulse. It'll tell you whether it's in 2/4 or 3/4. And so when I see this, okay, this is going to be in 2/4. And what we're going to do is we're going to press the space bar and actually I pressed the play to start, and I'm going to use my space bar to tap on the MIDI keyboard. And I want to start before it gets past this line. So I can listen to it up to here, but I'm just going to start tapping before the start of bar 5, which is this line. So let me play it. And it's going to be in 2, so we're just going to tap 1, 2, but we're going to see if we can hit it right with the music. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I tapped right there, and you can see, so I didn't tap for those first 3 measures, but then where those green marks are, that's where I hit it. So you can see I was playing 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and you can see right there, and I was hitting on 1 and 2. Okay, let's do one more of these. Again, 2/4, so I just hit the play bar. 2. Same thing. Okay, so some are going to be in 3, some are going to be in 2, but that's how you do that. Interval recognition. Okay, now this one we've not really talked about, but this is, you're going to tell the difference between a whole step or a whole tone and a half step. So just those 2. And so what we're going to do is we're going to practice. Let me see if I can get this keyboard up here. It went a little soft on me. There it is. Okay, so a half step sounds like this. I don't know why that keeps turning down. There's a half step. Right there, and a whole step right here. Now a half step, Jaws is kind of a typical theme, or it could be Pink Panther. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dim, ba-dum, ba-dim. Or Jaws, probably. Whole step, I often think like scale. Or it could be it's the first 2 notes of Frere Jacques. Or Happy birthday to you. Could be that too. Okay, so let's go back into this other program. Here we are in interval recognition. We're just going to see if we can hear the difference. So I'm going to click on that. That's a half step. Right. Another half step. That's the whole step. La la, happy birthday to you. Whole step right there. My voice is a little froggy today. All right, so that's how you do those. And then pitch introduction, and this is a little statement of just read through this, please. I won't read it right now. I'll let you do that on your own. Just take you a minute. And then pitch comparison. So we're going to identify whether the second note is higher, lower, or the same as the first note. So let's see what this sounds like. Okay, so you can replay that, but I think it's pretty obvious. I'll replay it one more time. Second note is lower, so I just click on lower, and there you go. And second note's higher there. Okay, so work with that. You can see that's pretty easy to do. We're just, again, just getting a little practice with a few skills before we go into some more maybe complicated type oral skills. Okay, now in this one we're actually going to listen to melodies and we're going to compare them to see if they're the same or different. So let's see what this does. Again, I can replay them by clicking on the replay button, but those to me sounded the same. So they were. Let's go on. Definitely different. So just click on that. As you can see right there, they show you. There's really only one note difference, but it was the second note, so it was pretty obvious because the second note in the first one went up and the second note in the second one went down. So that was pretty obvious that was different. All right, and then we're going to do rhythm introduction. Again, read this for a minute, just take you a minute. And then we're going to imitate the rhythm. So here, you're going to use your space bar on this. That's all it was. One tap. Got it. Usually they're harder than that, but let's try another one. All right. Three. That's what I heard. There it was. So I was a little bit off on some of them, but basically had it, right? So it gave it was kind, it gave it to me. You can see I was a little ahead there and there. This is kind of neat. It tells you exactly where you were. All right, let's try another one. Three. 2, 3. There it was. Okay. Pretty good actually on that one. Okay, so practice those. You can see there's a number of those. You're going to do 10 or so. And you could do this more than once. I mean, this is just a practice program I made just to get a little, as I said, a little skill in working with these ideas. All right, now we're going to do contour. Now in contour, actually this is a text. You're going to listen to each of the melodies and notice if the notes are moving higher or lower or staying on the same pitch. There are lines here, and you'll see that, and those will indicate the direction of the contour of the melody. So here it is, you can see. There. We're going down, so I'll just choose that contour. This contour is going up. Choose that contour. Okay? So that's how you do that. And that should be pretty fun, I think, for you. But I'm going to go on to the next part. Now, this is Morris Aural Skills Summer 2023, or it might be another semester. But Morris Aural Skills Part 1. And it's on the desktop and browser. So you could do this on the browser or on the desktop. There are some things that you can only do on the desktop. And this next part, this is Morris Aural Skills, whatever semester you're in, Part 1A. So on this one, you're actually going to match the pitch. So you have to have a microphone hooked up to your computer for sure to do this. And this is pretty, it's not too hard, but it's a good skill, I think, for everybody to practice a little bit. So we're going to practice this. All right, so let's try pitch imitation. Here we go. Okay, so it played the note, la, la. I think that's it. Let me just see. I'll hit the space bar. La. Okay, I think it didn't give it to me. I want to try it again. La, la. I think I got to hit it there. La. Yep. See, if you don't get it in the right octave, it won't give it to you. So for some of them, the lower ones are a little easier for me, but I did get that one. Just took me 2 tries. All right. Oops. Let's just do one more. La. That's a little easier. I'll hit the space bar. La. And that one I got. Okay. So practice those. I've got 10 of them on there for you to practice. And we will be having a quiz over this work, so be sure to practice it. All right? Thanks, everybody.